You're listening to Radio on Fire, the voice of urban America. Streaming worldwide at radioonfire.com/live. On Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Radio on Fire or DJ Diamond K. It's the Radio on Fire News Network. Now, let's get back to the show. Okay, live from the RFN studios here in Baltimore, Maryland. This is the Radio on Fire News Network. You're listening to Diamond K. Thank you for joining me. Nikki in the building. How you doing, Nikki?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So this weekend, former Mayor Sheila Dixon is going to make a public announcement about her 2020 political career. You see where this is going?
Public announcement?
Public announcement.
Interesting.
So from the looks of it, Dixon is out to reclaim her throne, the Baltimore's highest office, the mayorship, a position that she stepped down from back in February of 2010.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell you what's ironic. 10 years ago, almost to the day, December 4th, she was convicted.
Wow.
Yep.
What a way to mark your return, right?
Right. She has remained popular.
Okay.
She is somebody that's out and about a lot. Seen her a lot of places. She narrowly lost the Democratic nomination to Catherine Pugh back in 2016. A lot of people connect the Healthy Holly scandal to her victory over Sheila Dixon. Back in 2016. So, I mean, as a city, Baltimore has been on a roller coaster ride. You got corrupt politicians and the such running rampant throughout the city. Just the irony of Sheila Dixon potentially returning to be the mayor is it's ironic. I mean, it's ironic.
So? Well, I liked her.
You like her? You voted for she went to Western?
To be honest, I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
So why do you like her?
I don't know. She just, when she talked about her love for the city, I believed it. And she was relatable. I could relate to her. She seemed like she was down to earth. Like you could approach her, you know what I mean, and talk to her. I didn't say she was. I've never met her. But I've
met her several times.
She just appeared that way. I don't know if she really was or not. However, I could relate. When she spoke about the city, I believed her. Let's say it like that. I believe she wanted the best for the city. So
okay.
That's what's most important.
Yeah. So it's very interesting. She's having an event on Saturday, and she's going to make the announcement there. I think that given the fact that we have the politicians in such a shaky light.
Right.
We have a mayor who doesn't want to come to any town halls or any debates or anything.
No, he doesn't.
There's a reason for that.
Those town halls are heated, though. I love them.
You think they're heated?
Yes.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay. Jack Young is not a talker, right? Like, he's not one of those people that I think feels comfortable with the microphone and the camera and lights in his face. Everybody don't like that, right?
I think he's afraid.
But everybody shouldn't be the mayor.
They are vicious.
The mayor has to be able to talk. The mayor has to be able to get in front of the camera and say, "Look, you know what I mean? Criminals. We call him Batman." You know what I mean? Even the mayor in Gotham City like to talk.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to be able to assure people that, we, like you said, you liked Sheila Dixon because she could talk.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like, I think that the confidence of the citizens is going to be behind someone that they feel, one, that they can trust.
I don't believe that necessarily.
Well, I mean, do you trust Sheila Dixon?
No, but I believe that she was.
Wait, you don't trust her?
What? Not really. But you know what? My thing on politicians is really, how much can you really trust any politician? That's how I feel about politicians and politics as a whole. I really feel like it's a dirty business. So I don't necessarily trust any politician because I believe they say whatever it is
to get elected.
To get elected, and then you turn around and you do something different. Sometimes, I want to say 80% of the time. I mean, because you can't predict how it's really going to be when you get in office. All you can do is assume or say what you would like to do. So you renege gonna have to crap you.
And it's not even that you renege. It's just that you say one thing and then you get in office and there's people pulling against you or it's stuff, and it's like, I wanted to do that,
right?
But then you got all this other stuff. Exactly. I need you to bring me back in office one more time. I'm gonna try it again.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So no, I don't. Yeah. I don't trust her. However, I believe that she has the city's best interest at heart.
I believe this mayor.
That's right. I believe.
Okay. Chicago rapper Juice Wrld suffered convulsions and went into cardiac arrest on Sunday. And as the feds searched his and his entourage luggage and all that kind of stuff for guns and drugs on Sunday, things just went wrong, right? So his girlfriend told the police that he takes Percocet. She also said that he has a drug problem. You know what Percocet is? Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
What is Percocet?
What do you mean?
What do they take it for?
For pain pills.
Okay, look at you.
Yeah.
Look at
I mean,
you.
come on
Okay,
now.
all right. I'm sorry about this. I'm sorry to ask you this.
Here we go. Come
I know
on
you
with
didn't
it.
know this was coming.
Come on with it.
Have you taken a Percocet before in your life?
Absolutely.
Wow. You
Yeah,
have.
they prescribed them. I mean,
What did you take it for?
Prescribed them. That's
Mute the
really.
Thank you. What
Is that annoying you?
What did you guess it is?
I mean, for various.
You were in a
things.
hospital and they gave you this?
Yeah.
Well, I want to know. I didn't know whether you was
actually, I've
Lexington
had
Market and they was like, baby turtles.
No, I've had
CDs
Percocet.
and movies, Percocet. And you just was like, I'll take 2 Percocets, please.
No, I've been prescribed Percocet for like pain. Dentist. Oh,
okay.
My dentist.
Okay.
He used to be on point.
Okay. So, can you recall the feeling that you got?
Yes.
What did it feel?
OMG. If let's just say if I had an addictive nature, I get it. But
so
I mean,
it was
I
like a light feeling.
You feel euphoric a little bit, like
okay,
and it just makes you, it just takes you to a whole nother place.
Not
However, no, it's not good because you see things you shouldn't see sometimes, and
okay, that's
talk a little bit out of your head. Depends on how much you have.
Okay, well, Juice Wrld, according to his girlfriend, was taking Percocet. The officer suspected that the plane was carrying contraband, and it appears that they were right. Okay. Wow. The search turned up this. Listen to what the search turned up. 41 vacuum-sealed bags of marijuana, 6 bottles of prescription codeine cough syrup.
Wow.
2 9mm pistols, a .40 caliber pistol, and a high-capacity ammunition magazine and metal-piercing bullets. Okay.
So why did he need all of that? I'm so confused.
Well, I mean, he had an entourage as well. Okay. So the cause of death for the Chicago rapper remains under investigation. So they have not said exactly how he died, or the results of the autopsy still inconclusive.
I heard something.
He was open about his struggles with drugs, in particular codeine. And I've told you, have you had codeine before? Well, cough syrup. I'm sure you probably have had that.
Yes, I mean not too many times, but
gotcha.
Colds like that.
On social media over the summer, he told his girlfriend, "You've put up with more than people know. I know I be scaring you. Codeine, I'm done." He also said, "Learn from this, everyone. Addiction kills all, but you can overcome." So, that's interesting. And then he passes away. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I actually heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but he had a seizure because he was trying to swallow some of the drugs, like hide some of them.
Yep, that's something that.
So I mean, because the autopsy haven't.
Yeah, I mean, because he couldn't swallow. He couldn't swallow 41 vacuum sealed.
So right, so that's
so they're trying to say it's even more than this.
Right, but that was, you said that with the vacuum sealed bags, that was weed, correct?
That was weed, and they tried to bring him back.
But there were, I'm quite sure what he swallowed, if that's true.
If that's true.
Probably would have carried a bigger charge if they were found with that.
Well, no drug charges have been filed. Obviously, he passed on. So that's interesting. So I definitely can't help but wonder what part the drug culture in popular music plays in the tragic death of Juice Wrld and many others in the rap community. So I want to have a discussion about that. So for this conversation, please let's bring on our special guest, Lady T.
Hey, it's Lady Teria.
How are you?
I'm great.
Okay, so you did you listen to any of Juice WRLD's music?
I did not.
You did not.
I'm sure, like most.
Because you're not
people in the
21.
country. Correct.
Yeah, you got to be 21. I did know some of his songs, and I thought that he had a lot of promise. A lot of people referred to him as a SoundCloud rapper. So he got popular using SoundCloud, the free website that people share audio through. So you are familiar with the drug references in rap music?
I am extremely. It's everywhere. I try to expose myself to more, different kind of genres of music, but you can't help it. You can't help it to. If something is catchy, you're gonna hear it, and that's just gonna be what it is. But yeah, it's like the norm. It's like smoking weed now. It's like brushing your teeth. It's everywhere.
So I remember in the early days, original days, they've always talked about drugs in music. Whether it was, but there was some change. Like now, a lot of the rappers talk about being addicts. Mm-hmm. It used to be like they were drug dealers.
Our favorite rappers.
Right. And then now we have a generation who are the clients
Right.
of the drug dealers from the 90s.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean?
Listen.
They skip class on don't use your own product.
Yeah. Don't get high off your own supply. So that's
Right.
it. We not selling drugs. We using drugs. And then there's a whole bunch of repercussions that come with this. And so if you think about somebody like NWA, when they were talking about F the police,
Right.
that didn't make me want to go out and shoot the police or shoot anybody.
Right. No one wants
But
to
why
be
does
like
it
in
make?
prison.
Do you think that these drug references in music, does it make people want to use drugs?
I feel like it lessens some of the fear involved in using drugs for the first time or maybe trying it, because they feel like if my favorite rapper can do it, they survive. They make it look fun. They can be creative, and now it's the whole thing about like a vibe. Like that's the new term.
Definitely.
Like, people want to catch this vibe, right? And so you hear them in their interviews saying, "I was in the studio. I was zoned out. I had a bottle of lean," and they see it, and they even brand their cups, the styrofoam cups, with their name on it. And these kids are like, "I can do that," They didn't die. What's that movie? The Hangover. Who's like, "But did you die?" Like, if they don't die, they feel like they're catching a vibe. They're on the wave. And
Hangover was funny though, but
yeah, it definitely.
But this is serious though. But you're right though. You have that. And I would say probably like the early 2000s, seems like the switch came to ecstasy. And a lot of the rappers were talking about using E-pills, taking E-pills, right? And then the Houston culture really brought this codeine, lean thing. That everything was chopped and screwed and slowed down. And then that codeine thing came. And then a lot of Southern rappers and even New York rappers started picking up on that and using that in their music and actually doing it. So it got really prevalent far from Houston. It's everywhere. I mean, people here in Baltimore, we've had rappers here that were, on lean in the studio. Crazy. So Percocet it seems to be a popular pill that's used. This is something that's popular. So people are taking something that's prescribed for pain when they're not in pain.
Right. So what happens is if I'm not mistaken for what I've heard, your body becomes adjusted to the level of the prescription that you're taking, and then it no longer has an effect. So then they start reaching and climbing. It's like levels to it, right? Like Percocets 10s, 20s, and 30s. So then I think in his case, when you pop one, you don't feel anything, or, it doesn't give you the feeling you need, you pop more. But a normal prescription, you're supposed to take it every so often or every 4 to 6 hours, right?
Because it got to run through your system.
It got to run through your system. So they're doubling up because your body is becoming immune, becoming used to it.
Correct.
And then sometimes unfortunately enough, they take too much. They test their own human limits. They think they're immortal. And unfortunately, a lot of these kids, they overdose and it's too late, or they don't have the right kind of people around them that are sober enough to say he's ODing.
Right.
They might look and say, "Oh, he feeling it. He catching the vibe. He catching the wave," and not even understand he's already gone.
That's true.
So I think it's sad. Like
it is.
It's not even cute. It's sad.
It is, and this puts a lot of strain on the heart, which is why you have people going into cardiac arrest. It's really it's very interesting when I listen to people talk about this. It's like when you know the result, or you've seen the result,
right?
But you say, "Oh, but that ain't gonna happen to me."
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I interviewed an addict once. And I was asking him why he got high. And, he kind of said, similar to what you just said. He just wanted to he didn't really have a reason. It was just, something to do, is what people was doing. And he just got into this habit, this lifestyle. So then I said, well, when you hear about people overdosing or you see somebody overdose, I was like, does that have an impact on you?
Right.
And, so he said people that he knew overdosed, and and so he said that when he saw or knew of someone overdosing, he wanted to know where they got that from.
Wow.
So he could go to have that. He was like, I want that. You know what I mean? And so, but they feel, he doesn't think that it's going to kill him. He think, oh, he killed them.
Exactly.
But they want to go just to the edge, but not over. It's just
like that was him.
Yeah. So it's
crazy.
So the music. So I mean, people talk about drinking liquor to excess in music. Does that make you want to go get drunk?
I mean, it doesn't.
Is there a difference between referencing alcohol in music and referencing drug use in music?
It's not. I mean, it can all become addictive if you do it enough. I don't think it's a difference. I think it's all the same. You're using it to numb something or to experience something that you wouldn't in your normal chemistry, of your own body. Like if you don't feel like you're that cool enough that you need to, we're still talking about these rappers, right? Mm-hmm. Like if you feel like you're not that cool enough, if you can't, catch this wave of emotions that you would if you were sober, I think therapy is needed, maybe. Not an additive or not these downers. And then they do both,
Uppers and downers.
Uppers and downers. Mm-hmm. So
that's confusing.
Like mixing Red Bull and alcohol. Alcohol in most cases.
That's something. That's something that's popular. So. The people do that.
Yeah, they do, and I never understood.
Have you done that?
No.
So alcohol.
Red Bull is nasty.
I don't think they drink it for the taste, though, right?
Yeah, some people like the way Red Bull tastes.
Well, some people like me. If I drink too much, I want to go to sleep.
Red Bull.
I'm not gonna be fun. No, just regular.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Drink too much.
That's a downer because alcohol typically is or makes you angry or however.
You drink dark or light?
Depends on the day.
So no, you have a preference?
Not really.
Do you mix? Can you mix the two?
No, I never mix the two.
Okay, so
and
you
mostly
drink dark
I drink
or light?
wine.
I drink light. But I tell you one thing, I had a Four Loko once. Remember those things?
What is that?
Honey, in college.
Once. You said once. You said you ain't doing that no more.
Never. Yeah. I couldn't pass out. I literally was like, I want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I left my house, drove to my mom's house, and she cussed me out so bad. Like, you dummy. What was wrong with you? I couldn't go to sleep. Like, my body was like, go to sleep, pass out, recuperate. And I was just up, like it was like liquid
Four
crack.
Loko is crazy.
I would never want to feel that ever again.
You had that before?
I've sipped it. That was enough for me.
Okay.
I was like, ooh, like, yeah, it wasn't the
that's
best taste
interesting.
and stuff, but
That's interesting. So as far as like, say a drug like Molly, right? I don't hear people talking about Molly that much anymore.
not anymore.
Does that mean that it's not in vogue anymore?
No,
Right.
they probably just changed the name.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's true.
Put a new stamp on the pill.
You're right.
I doubt it.
You are
Those
so
people that
right.
were making money, honey, they are reinventing.
I don't know. What are they talking about now? Other than syrup and what else? Like
Perks.
They've been around
is-
for a while. They've been talking about Perks for
they've
a
been
while.
they've been very resilient. It's a resilient drug. It's been.
It's never going to go out of fashion.
I mean, when people don't talk about crack and drugs, you know what I mean?
No,
They
no.
don't talk about crack and you. I don't.
But they don't talk about
Actually, no.
They do?
What's the kid from Chicago? Light skin with dreads. What is his name? He was doing mushrooms. Oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue. Okay, but he's doing mushrooms. He's exploring mushrooms. Like, he wanted to go so far to his creative that he went to a South African country and he started doing shrooms. And he didn't feel normal if he wasn't on them. In a recent interview, he discovered with Dr. Ozzy in his confessional, yes. So mushrooms are new and popular, especially on the West Coast, LA.
Yes.
Those vibes.
I think that social media makes it worse because like people in their stories or they going live and it's you know what I mean, they're showing so much of their life,
right.
and then people are seeing that. So you don't think that people necessarily are influenced by this with the music. I guess their friends and who they hang around is more of an influence than the actual music.
Definitely. I think so.
I think it's a combination.
You think music influences?
Absolutely. Because, I mean, even back to like Rick James, like they were talking about getting high doing blow, like it was a normal thing, like it was weed. Our weed to them back then was sniffing, you know, whatever it was that they did. It's
on the album
every
covers,
generation,
they do
on
that,
album
yeah.
covers, every generation it changes, and there's a new thing. So I definitely think they go hand in hand. And if we're talking about the effect that it has on our generation, you know, what kid doesn't listen to rap, even in the suburbs? Prep
I think it's the
schools.
culture. Back then, it was more of a drug culture. Like, cocaine was the thing you did at a party. You know, it was still, I think it still was different. It wasn't just the music. I think the music came from the culture, not the other way around.
So you're saying that, I mean, because like doing, some drugs, the other word for that was partying. You know what I mean? Like they would, so they did marry
Right.
those two.
Yeah,
was the
definitely.
slang.
That was a slang. So now, I mean, just like on a regular Tuesday afternoon, do you think fans of hip hop are just doing drugs on a regular, or are they waiting until they're in a party environment, or the studio, or going out somewhere? Or do you think it's just happened just recreationally, just on a regular? Like I'm watching Maury and they doing drugs.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think it's more, in a social environment.
More a social environment. So like party.
Definitely. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I think so.
I don't know, because if we're talking about like Gucci Mane, you know, he's just starting to be open enough to say, you know, what his secret weapon was, which was lean, and why he's so heavy.
But I don't think that was no secret. I kind of figured it out.
I mean, you're a smart man.
Yeah,
but
he's
these
telling us like,
kids
okay,
are
we
like,
like,
oh, Gucci's a savage. He out here shoot people. He ain't go to jail. His
Right.
music is crazy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
I want a swag. I want even the way he carried himself. It was cool to be a fat kid. Like, you know, that was taboo growing up. Nobody really wanted to be that.
Yeah.
And then he go to jail, get his life together, and then, you know, start confronting his demons. And now he's a snack.
But he's clean. He's clean
Yeah.
now. He's clean now.
Right.
So, you know, and I think this is a perfect segue and a great way to end it. So you have a lot of rappers who, we were talking about Future off the air, who is clean now. Okay, Gucci
Wayne.
Mane is clean. Okay, so a lot of rappers and Future talks heavy drug use, but he does not use anymore. Gucci Mane is clean as well. So do you think that we're going to start seeing a wave of rappers getting clean, and maybe that starts to affect the youth?
I hate to say this, but I think after enough of them die.
Right.
And they're not going to talk about that in their songs. Do you really
Because
think they're going to talk about how clean they are?
right. Well, Future doesn't talk about
see,
the
that's
clean.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, he doesn't talk about that, right.
a lot of rappers and songs, period, are figments of people's imagination of what they used to do or what they could do or what they feel like
Back
they
in the day, I
might
did
do.
drugs.
So right,
Now
so
it's
it doesn't. I
lean.
mean, they're clean, but their music. If we're talking about influences of music, their music is not going to be about how they are clean now. It's not going to be about
I think
that.
we're going to start seeing a shift of it being popularized to get clean and get sober or ask for help or seek therapy, especially with, head honchos like Charlamagne the God and, Future and Gucci coming out saying how they got clean, how much healthier they are, how much money they were able to save. It's going to be somebody who's going to marginalize or make it fun to go and get help or make it a thing. They're going to make it a thing to go and get clean and sober because they're getting younger and younger. Like, rest in peace to that young brother. Like, you know, he definitely,
Juice Wrld,
from what I heard, my nieces are in middle school and they cry like they knew him, like they
But that's
met
how
him.
we did. That's how we've done about rappers, the other rappers, depending on who it was. Some people I shed a tear for Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
definitely. I did.
But was it really his fault?
Michael Jackson? Well, that's a whole nother discussion.
That's a
whole nother day. Trippie Redd said today that he's going to stop using drugs, and I know it's easy to say it, but take a step in that direction. So that's good. Thank you, ladies, for this discussion. I enjoyed that. So how can people follow you in your whole journey?
Guys, you can find me and follow me on Facebook. I am Teria Brown. That is my government. And on Instagram, I am _Lady Tera. I don't have a Twitter.
No Twitter?
No Twitter.
No Twitter.
Not yet.
Thank you. Right. Yeah. So, I mean, if it's, it's not for you, it's not for you. But thank you, Nikki.
You're welcome.
Okay. And, of course, I'm at The Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire. I will be back tomorrow. Maybe she'll be back tomorrow. Okay. I'm going to negotiate with
If
that.
you'll have me.
Have your people talk to my people.
We'll do.
We'll do that.
Hello,
Thank
people. You going to be here? All right, girl. See you.
All right. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.